Hey everybody, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. What's in the news today? We're not getting E3, but we are getting E2. All right, E3 was canceled this year as we've previously reported, and it breaks my heart, but we will be getting Summerfest from Jeff Keighley starting June 9th, and Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase 40-letter long title here starts June 12th. Which will basically all the Xbox, all Bethesda. So let's start a little bit with the Xbox side of it, because Jeff Keighley had to, horn in as soon as he saw the date for Microsoft. He's like, "All right, we're going a week before or a few days before." Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase starts on June 12th, and it's interesting that Xbox owns Bethesda, but they're keeping the titles separated. They're keeping them separate, which is odd, but cool. Who cares? And rumor is that virtually every studio in Microsoft's wheelhouse will be providing something. Now, granted, take that with a grain of salt because that's probably trailer after trailer after trailer. But let's hope for lots of gameplay. It's sad that we're not going to have a full E3, but this it puts a little salve on the wound, so I'm happy with it. From Microsoft, I think on their end, we'll probably see some more Gears of War. We'll probably see Halo DLCs and so forth. But let's find out what these knuckleheads are looking forward to, what they think we'll see. Will we see a new Xbox One X Scorpio Plus Super Ultra Edition? Hell, Microsoft done stupider crap. So, Pat, what do you think, bud? What do you want to see? What do you think is going to happen with Microsoft's end of it?
I definitely don't think there's going to be a new Xbox. They can't even keep the Series X stocked right now. They're not alone going to go ship out another unit.
They have
and,
plans.
and they spent enough money already this year, with acquisitions, and then we found out not too long ago that they paid a bunch of chip manufacturers so they can get front of the line to get the chips they wanted for their systems. So they've shelled out enough money. They're going to rest on the Series X and S for a little while. I don't think we're going to get a mid-gen bump quite this early, if at all, this time around. I mean, I don't know if we will. We may, but I think it's still a couple of years off right now. Obviously, if all the studios are going to be there, we're going to get to see the Bethesda stuff, which is what I'm looking forward to. I'm really kind of excited to see Starfield, see what that's going to be like. I still have no freaking clue what it's going to be like. Everything I see, I'm like, okay, cool. That looks cool. Let me see some gameplay. It's in space. Cool. I already know that. It's got space shuttles. Cool. I know that. It's got companions. Okay. All your games have this stuff. Move on. I want to see the gameplay, but they're going to keep it under lid because it's supposed to come out this holiday season in this year, 2022. So, I'm ready to see some gameplay and some really good, what this game is about. What am I going to be doing in the game? What's the story about? That kind of stuff. So that's really what I'm looking forward to. I'm not hyped about anything else that I know that they're making. Now, they may announce something that I completely have no clue that they're making, are we going to get, what's Bethesda going to come up with next that we don't, who knows? I have no clue. Or what are the other dozens of Microsoft studios going to pump out there this year that we don't know about? My vision is dominated by Starfield at this point because it's the next game, the next big hit game in my list to play anyway. There's other games along the way, but none of them are piquing my interest as much as that one. So that's where I'm at. And I definitely, if they pulled out a console out of their ass this year already, I'll be surprised and I'll be like, I'm not buying one since I already bought 2 new consoles not too long ago. So now if Nintendo puts on their conference and they're coming out with the Switch Pro, then I'm probably on board with that. Maybe. But Nick, what about you, man? What about the Microsoft Bethesda conference? Is there something you're really amped to see or you hope they announce?
I am excited to see Starfield. I do want to see gameplay. Hopefully they'll do a gameplay trailer of it. I think they probably will. It may be a gameplay teaser more than like a full-blown trailer, but I think they'll show some sort of gameplay with it. As far as the other studios go, I mean, I'm really hoping that we see more of Avowed, and I'm hoping we see more of than just the CGI trailer that they showed last time from Obsidian. I'm hoping Obsidian shows off like some gameplay or how the game's going to play. Because besides Starfield, that's also like high on my list. I love Obsidian games, and I'm really hoping that this Avowed turns out to be really awesome. I'd like to see what the initiative does. They're probably just going to hand out applications. That's probably going to be what they're going to do. But I'm really hoping that they bring us more Perfect Dark or something else. I don't know. The initiative is like this really weird thing where they hired a bunch of designers and all this stuff from all these companies, and then we got a CGI trailer for Perfect Dark, and then some people left, and it's just been radio silence since. And it's like, yeah, this is that roller coaster's going down now. And I don't know if anything will come out of that. And Coalition, I hope we do get to. I don't know. I know they're working on Gears 5. We already know that. But are they going to show that off, or are they going to? Or is it 6? Are we already on 5? Did we do 5 already? Okay. Well, 6, whatever. Or is the Coalition going to be working on something different? I doubt it. They're probably going to work on Gears, but it would be kind of cool to see the Coalition do some other game, just kind of take a break from Gears and do something new. And in Playground games, I don't think we'll see, what is it? The one game they're working on.
Forza.
No, not Forza. Fable.
Oh,
I don't think we'll see
yeah.
Fable. I do think we'll see Forza. We'll see Forza Motorsport 7 or 11 or whatever number they're on now. We'll probably see that. We'll probably see gameplay of Forza Motorsport, I would imagine. So that's pretty much as for the other studios, I really don't know. They acquired a ton of studios, so we could see a ton of stuff. Hopefully some good things will come out of it, and hopefully those things are releasing this year. We do have Starfield at the end of the year, but what else do we have, right? As far as Microsoft's first party goes. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting or hoping to see, and what I'm expecting from it. What about you, Shane?
Man, that's hard to say. They bought up a crap load of companies. They got a good chunk of talent. All I've seen is CG. So my hopes are high, my anticipations are low, and my fantasies are, just I want to see certain games. I want to see Fable. I think we will see Fable. I really do. I think we'll see it in some form. Probably another trailer.
I hope you're right.
I do too. I think. All right, so we'll go to each of us. This will be my fantasy. What happens? 3 things. Fable. Peter Molyneux walks out. I'm back, bitches. Okay. 2. I also imagine they're going to show actual gameplay footage of Starfield in some form. You all said it, but I still, that's part of my fantasy because I really want that. And I think Perfect Dark will be shown as gameplay, and I think those 3 will probably be their big pitches. I think those will be their starters, their middler, and their ender in some fashion. It won't be Keanu Reeves walking back out telling everybody how beautiful they are. It'll definitely be one of those 3. God, hoping my biggest fantasy is Scalebound is back. That's what I want. Dragons, my buddies, co-op. That's what I want. So, all right, Pat. Come on, give me your fantasy. Microsoft pulls what out of their butt? 3 things.
I mean, I want Obsidian to make a new Knights of the Old Republic. That's what I pull out of my butt right there. I would like that. Or they just to pull off a wild one and we could get Dungeon Siege back. I'd like it to go, but I wasn't a fan of the third one that they did. So I would prefer them to go back to the roots of the original one. But, I like that. I mean, I'm a big Obsidian fan. I wish they would just do something more with a lot of the stuff they have. Like I could go for a new Fallout that's really good. That's based off the New Vegas type style. So I'm game for that type of stuff. But, that's just me. My top pick would just be them to randomly pull out a new Knights of the Old Republic or a remake of the Knights of the Old Republic game series.
That would be. I think there would be a lot of wet chairs if that thing popped up. So, what
My
about
chair
you,
would
Nick?
disappear.
See it on a milk carton. Have you seen this chair? What about you, Nick? Three things you would just love to just see happen in reality. Not some made up shit.
Right.
Nintendo walks out. We're partners.
No, I don't care about that. I would like to see. I'm a big Obsidian fan as well. I would. It's Nice Old Republic would be awesome. I would like to see more. Well, this is kind of going back. I would like to see more of Avowed and see if it's hopefully it's coming out soon. I'd like to see Obsidian make some of their. I would like to see a new Fallout from Obsidian. I did really like New Vegas, so I'd like to see them do something like that. And I wouldn't mind a Pillars of Eternity 3 or something like that, or maybe a game in that vein. They don't have to do Pillars of Eternity, but something like that. I think Avowed might. Well, Avowed supposedly is supposed to be more like a Skyrim, or maybe like old Might and Magic, the first person kind of type of thing. But the top down isometric stuff, like they do really good with that. I think Pillars of Eternity was really great. So I'd like to see them do more games like that. So that'd be cool if they announced something like that.
Right. Because they did that Tyranny game as well.
Yeah, and Tyranny was really good. And Pillars of Eternity is a really awesome game. So they do really good.
And let's
with
not
those.
forget the South Park game, The Stick of Truth. Greatest freaking game out there.
That if you people have not played it, then you are seriously missing out. It's freaking hilarious. And the game, it's not just that it's a funny game, it's a great game overall. It truly is. I mean, if you have the slightest inkling of South Park, you got to play it. Plain and simple. All right. Let's jump over to Summerfest. Summer Game Fest with Jeff Keighley. Yeah. So last year, I believe it was about 3 hours long. I may be wrong, but it felt 3 hours definitely. So yeah, let's jump into this. Now, Summer Game Fest is typically they will have new game announcements, game awards, and then surprise things here and there. Last year the game announcements were fine. Some were great, some were meh. Some of the awards are BS in my opinion. But the show was long and boring as shit for most parts. So this year I would like to see them strip down many aspects that were just unneeded. Last year, I believe it was, we got Sting, and everybody under 40 went, who? So that was fun. We had a lot of music, live concert crap. I don't understand why they do these things because nobody cares.
Well,
Nobody
that was
does
the
that.
Game Awards. This is
Yeah.
Summerfest.
Game Award?
That was
Oh,
the Game
yeah.
Awards, yeah. But it's still
Sorry,
Jeff Keighley.
And it's still Sting.
We still
so-
might get Sting. So
yes.
Yeah, we don't need any of that, right? It's not.
No.
We're not trying to reinvent the Grammys or the Screen Actors Guild Awards or any of that stuff. And that's what Jeff Keighley's trying to do with the Game
I would love
Awards.
to see Will Smith just walk up and bitch slap
Smack
Keighley.
Jeff Keighley. Keep my game out of your mouth.
Men in Black wasn't that bad. But yeah, I'm not sure what to expect because it's odd having no E3, but we got these other show things going on. And obviously, Sony and Nintendo haven't announced their State of Play and Treehouse. So I'm sure those will come up soon. What do you guys think is going to happen this year with Summerfest? I mean, jumping in right before Microsoft, you ain't going to see squat about that, or squat from Microsoft on it. You might see something, but
Are there any studios left out there to join Summerfest that's not bought up by Embracer or Sony or
Tencent, Microsoft, yeah. Hell, even Nintendo's buying crap.
Well, and it's been like this for the last few years, but E3 is becoming splintered even before this year where they canceled, where all these game studios weren't some were participating and some weren't, but they were holding their own conferences as well. Like Nintendo did the Treehouse, and Sony was like, we're pulling out. But then they did this whole state of play right before it, and you're like, no, your state of plays are normally not this time of the month. So.
Yeah.
Everybody's going that way anyway, and I hate it because I liked having that 1 week-long event where it was just I knew when this studio was talking about this and that one was talking about that. Now I'm going, okay, Summerfest, they're going to bring everybody that's not doing their own conference, and who is that? So
Ubisoft has been doing their own too, and
didn't they do an Ubisoft? I think they did do some Ubisoft thing, but I don't know, man. There's no independent studios left out there. We're going to be at Indie Fest. Where's the Indie Game Fest now? Jeff Keighley's going to suck them up.
That's on
Microsoft
Microsoft stage.
Come to Daddy Indies, and he's going to bring them in. He's going to have his own Xbox at IDX. It's going to be called Jeff Keighley's Little Babies.
Jeff's Babies.
Yeah. Jeff's Babies. It's Jeff's Little Ones.
And his name is spelled weird.
Right. It's Hef Keighley's Babies. Hef Keighley's Littles.
Keighley.
Hef Keighley's Littles.
Yeah, last year we got with Summerfest, it was a combination of showing some games off with a lot of interviews, right? So for me, when I watched Summer's Game Fest last year before last, whenever they had it last time, and it was really, for me, it was kind of like watching it sometimes and not watching it, because they would interview games, or they would interview and they would show off. It was really kind of a collection of, they would show a game off and then they would have an interview with the developer about said game. And they were pretty long interviews, like an hour long, 30 minutes to an hour long. So, sometimes depending on if it was a game I was interested in, I'd watch it. And if not, then I would just kind of turn the volume down and wait for the next thing to come up. But that was kind of Summer's Game Fest. I'm expecting more of the same probably this year. But yeah, I mean, who do they have? They're probably going to have a lot of indies, probably a lot of other studios. I think they'll have some big ones in there. I think Microsoft might have a few titles in there that they're not going to have a part of their showcase. Probably some of their smaller stuff, or they might even talk about some of their bigger stuff, but just kind of in a low key kind of way, right? Not their huge like surprises or anything, but like stuff that people know is coming. It depends on, how much they want to put their stuff into Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest and be a part of that, right? I'm sure it depends on how important Summerfest becomes to gamers, right? And to the public, and to the consumer. If it becomes an important thing, even though big developers such as Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo have their own little thing, they might try to interject even a little bit of their stuff into Summerfest. So I wouldn't be surprised if you might see some Microsoft or Sony stuff in there. Probably just nothing that they think is going to be a big, huge hit, but just something to be a part of Summerfest, right? Because clearly Jeff Keighley does have an audience, right? I mean, even we watch it, even though Jeff Keighley is kind of here or there for us. But as far as the Summerfest, we watch it for the majority of the time. So I think these bigger companies will try to put something in there, just a little bit of injection into it.
Well, hopefully it's not 2.5 hours of freaking sting and boring music and talking. To me, Game Awards should be about games, not about music. Game reveals should be about games, not about bullcrap. Do I want to see a 5-minute montage of how they made the game? No. I mean, I don't have the technical skills to understand all the jargon. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't care about the technical talks. What specs and stuff they want to ram down our throats. It's about the game. Hellblade. I'm excited for that. I don't want to see them walk through the studio. This is how we made this in Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 is great so far for everything I've seen without knowing what the hell Unreal Engine
You don't
5
want to see them
does.
running around in the ball suit, Shane?
No, I don't. Unless they're getting hit in the face. That's funny. But
that's how they get the balls on the suit.
They're going to reenact the Will Smith scene in that ball suit so they can get it real. You can see the spit and the sweat and everything.
Oh, Will Smith just knocked the shit out of me. Yeah, it's. I want Jeff Keighley's Summerfest to be about games. That's it. I would love to see some awesome reveals. When they showed the Series X, it was I believe it was no, it was Game Awards a few years back. Um, I was blown away. I was like, why the hell did Sony or Microsoft do it there? Cool. I was excited for it. I was happy. Um, so hopefully they got surprises like that. It's about the games, nothing else. Not a bunch of music, not a bunch of tech talk. Give me game after game after game. Period. The end. Stop. That was clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what's going to happen. So, they may announce, Microsoft may do a little tidbit, but I highly doubt that they'll do a little tidbit at Game Fest. If they do anything, it'll just be stuff that's already known, right? They'll just be another CGI trailer for Starfield or something. But what Microsoft's going to do is they're going to wait until their Xbox Bethesda game studio, and they're going to walk out. You're going to see Phil Spencer and Hideo Kojima come out and be like, "We're best buds now, and here's my game." I don't know.
Would be cool.
That would be, but because
really cool.
they've been hinting that they're doing a project together for a while. But Kojima's a waffle, right? And 1 minute he's posting stuff about Microsoft, next thing he's trying to put his own pictures in the PlayStation stuff. He's trying to hide his picture in his girlfriend's wallet. He's putting his picture in his girlfriend's wallet. And so Microsoft sees what he put in Phil Spencer's wallet. Phil Spencer sees what he puts in PlayStation's wallet, and they get a little jealous and they fight over him. That's what he's going after. But so then Sony will have to bring him out when they do their state of play, and they'll be all buddy, and So I don't know. I don't honestly see Microsoft putting too much stock into this Summer Fest. But I could be wrong. Microsoft seems to just want to play with everybody is what Microsoft does. Phil Spencer's just like spread the love, kind of guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're probably right. I think we'll see a trailer for a few things, and then probably followed by hey, stay tuned for this weekend for our showcase to see gameplay. And that's a good way to advertise before the show too. So I think it'll fall down to something like that. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good way, like you said, exactly. It's a good way for them to advertise their show on Sunday. So they could put a little trailer and a teaser or something like that, a montage or something of maybe something to expect, or just stuff that you already know is out, or, like you said, Pat, maybe a Starfield trailer that was before, and say, hey, you want more information about Starfield? Tune in on Sunday. Thanks, Jeff Keighley. Here's the check. And then off they go,
Yeah.
It's Sunday.
But I'm good with that. I get excited for this time of year. It broke my heart. There was no E3, but we're getting E2, actually E2 and a quarter, because Bethesda apparently is going to be doing their own thing through Microsoft. So, which is still weird, but I don't care. I'm getting games. So, you guys have anything else you'd like to add in, or something little on your wish list? Because the whole Kojima thing I forgot about. That was now I'm excited for that. I'm really excited.
Only thing I have to say is, come on, Obsidian. Give us some good stuff. I am excited for Starfield, but I really want to see something from Obsidian.
Bring me Peter Molyneux. All right. Well, guys, thanks for listening. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit that notification. We appreciate the comments we've been getting. Tell your friends, tell your families, come check us out, all the gamers that you know. And we appreciate it, and we will see you next time. See ya.